Hi, my name is Kari Griffin, and this is my SDG3 assignment for goal number 7, affordable and clean energy in Brazil. So let's talk about goal 7 as a definition. It has multiple points that it focuses on, including upgrading technology in developing countries, international cooperation for access to clean and renewable energy sources, improvement for energy efficiency, increase the share of renewable energy mix, and access to affordable, reliable, and modern energy services. So, to basically define goal 7, we also need to define electricity access. So, in its very basic form, it means having an electricity source that can provide very basic lighting and charge a phone or power a radio for 4 hours per day. So, despite having electricity access, this does not mean that the entirety of Brazil has top tier energy sources widespread. So, we can also talk about our access to electricity in Brazil. So, we've had a steady increase since 1990. We never dropped below 80%, but we've had a very, very steady increase, and we finally reached 100% electricity access as of 2020. So, this matches all the countries in the West that include North, Central, and South America and has reached 100% access across the board in the West of the world. Talking about clean fuels for cooking, um, having exposure to indoor air pollutants from cooking is actually the leading cause of death in low income households. So, Brazil has had a very strong increase since 1990 as well. So, they now have 95.9% access to clean fuel. And these clean fuel sources include for lighting and cooking, so things like stoves and electricity. Um, Air pollution from cooking is very, very dangerous if you don't have proper channels, um, such as like methane gas and things like that can be very dangerous in large doses. So, if we talk about renewable energy, the consumption of renewable energy sits at comfortably 50.05%, which is actually 5 times higher than that of the United States. Brazil has a pretty large sector related to hydroelectricity, and then about 11% in wind power. So, any of these renewable energy sources are defined to be hydroelectricity, wind power, geothermal, bioenergy, and marine sources. So, our energy generating capacity. So, we've had an increase in Brazil in about 20 years of 362.43 watts per capita to 703.79 watts per capita. And that's again in a 20-year increase. So, that's pretty average among the countries that were recorded. Um, Not every country has released data on this, so it wasn't entirely full on the map. However, they sit pretty comfortably among other countries, as very few other countries produce more than 1,000 watts per capita. So Brazil is doing pretty well. So if we expand our energy sources, so just to clarify, the data is the capacity of current renewable energy plants in a country divided by its population numbers. That's how they got the 362.43 watts per capita. So, what we're trying to do here is increase the efficiency of plants so they will need to be adjusted for the density of population. So, if we take, for example, the United States, we would need very large and very efficient plants to cover such a large area, especially because a lot of America is very rural. So here we have a little chart. So how can Internet of Things help energy resources? I broke it down again into 4 different sections. Rural community support through local plants, energy monitoring of plants, potentials for new types of energy sources, and solar panels being one of the easiest individual sources of power. So going from the solar panels, this helps find resistance to disasters through energy that doesn't require fossil fuels and power plants. So solar panels can be installed directly on your house, which is actually really helpful for a lot of rural communities. You can see very large solar panel plants scattered among rural America. Then we have the potentials for new types of energy sources and energy monitoring. Those come together for development of new scanning technologies and adjustments to the efficiency of current power plants. So things like hydroelectricity and wind power plants, they can be adjusted and helped with new innovations. And then we also can connect rural community through local plants and energy monitoring of power plants through finding ways to distribute energy produced by large plants to funnel outwards from cities. So, mainly a big problem with these renewable energy sources is being able to reach rural communities. So, if we monitor our energy output and find a way to connect this to more scattered communities, I think it'll help a lot with increasing our energy output, especially in Brazil.